Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now today I want to ask, is it really important for your app to be unique? Alright, because we do work for clients as well as our own apps, I get a lot of calls during the week from people who want to get an app developed, which is cool. So I talk to a lot of people about their apps, right? And it's funny, the one thing that I would say probably 80% of these conversations start with, right? When somebody has an app idea and they want to talk about whether or not we can do it for them, they all kind of say the same thing. So, okay, Eric, this app is totally unique. I can't find anyone else on the App Store doing it, right? And, you know, I hear it so often that I just kind of get tired of it. Because you know what? But the more I start thinking about it, the more I start thinking about how unimportant that facet is, right? You know, when you put something out onto the App Store, a lot of people think, it has to be completely unique. It has to be something that doesn't exist. Nobody's ever created it before. But do you know what? When you put something on Google Play or you put it on the Apple App Store, right? There's no checkbox to say, please ensure that this is totally unique, right? In fact, it's hardly even an issue. You don't get rewarded based on how unique your app is or how unique your app idea. In fact, even as a consumer, even as somebody who goes onto the App Store, you don't necessarily look for something that's unique, right? So if I'm looking for, I'm looking for something. I'm either looking for a game to pass some time, I'm looking for a currency calculator, I'm looking for a tool, I'm looking for a hearing aid app, whatever. I'm looking for something to, with my watch, right? I'm not looking for the thing that's the most unique, right? I'm looking for the best, right? So if I'm looking for a currency calculator, I'm looking for the best one, right? Not the first one, not the most unique one, not the one that's completely different than all the others. I'm just looking for the best one, the one that's the most useful. And I find that based on the reviews and based on how popular it is, right? So in terms of something being completely unique, it doesn't really fit into everything. Now I used to think this way too. So my first app, EarSpy, when we did that one, there were no other apps like that on the App Store, at least none that I could find, right? So we released that in 2012, right? And it was a big hit. It's no longer unique. There's loads of competitors out there now. And there's copycats all the time, right? So there's loads of hearing aid apps out there, Super Hearing, Spy Ear, all this kind of stuff. They kind of, at one point, in some countries, my app was #1 in the medical category. In some countries, I think in the US, it was #8 for like a long time. I don't even know what it is right now. So it's had a lot of people who see that and they're copying it, or they're just or they're taking the concept and they're improving on it and they're trying to do other kinds of things, which is fine. The one thing I do take issue with is when they try to infringe on the copyright, or when they try to pretend that they're the actual app or they have some affiliation with it. Like, I can't release an app that says Disney Heroes because I'm not Disney, and that's infringing on their brand, right? So every time that happens, that's something. So while the App Store doesn't require your app to be unique, they do require that you have copyright, or you're not infringing on someone else's copyright, which is so many app developers I've spoken to have said, oh Eric, what am I going to do? My Google Play developer account has been canceled, or it's been I've been banned. And I'll say, oh really? What did you do? Because I'm nervous, right? I'm thinking I don't ever want to be to get my my account suspended, right? And they say, oh, it's copyright infringement, right? So it's like you really can't do that. This is one of the things that you really have to invest in. You either have to get really good at creating new art, or hire somebody who can, right? And it's still a scary proposition, right? But so today I just want to talk about how the whole concept that hey, this app idea is totally unique, will you partner with me, that kind of stuff, right? That's just so not important. Other things that Google doesn't ask you for, how much money did you spend creating this app, right? That's irrelevant it's irrelevant to the consumers, it's irrelevant to Google. How much time have you spent on it? Is it completely unique? Is it something you've been thinking about over and over again? None of that matters. All that matters is that it's you don't infringe copyright, and it doesn't break everybody else's phone, and a few other things. And then it's down to you to make sure you get people to use it. So if you have something that's not completely unique, you can piggyback off the users of other people because they're already market aware. Like if I was create a completely new tool, like I was going to create a new hammer or something like that, and I took it to Walmart and I said I want the Walmart to distribute it in all their shops. If I went in there and said, hey, this is completely new, nobody knows anything about it, it's completely brand new, the first thing they might ask is, so nobody's buying it. How do you know? How do we know people are going to buy it? Because they have no proof in order to distribute it. And having a completely unique product is overrated. And I know because I'm always looking for things that are unique. When I released my first one, it was unique at the time, and it not being unique now has never hurt. I mean, it's never really bothered anyone, but it still has to be the best, and you always have to be looking after that. Anyway, it's just my thoughts today. That's it for today. That's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.